Hello witches, wizards, and those who are yet to receive their Hogwarts school letters, welcome to my Harry Potter kitchen. This is the YouTube series where I'm baking my way through the Harry Potter books, making recipes for all of the food and drink that we find inside. If you missed last week's recipe where we made some lightning bolt after dinner mints, then make sure to check out the link down below in the description to catch up. And if you want to see more from my Harry Potter kitchen, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and click on the notification bell and you'll get an alert every week when there's a brand new recipe. Speaking of which, I'm feeling a little bit peckish, so let's head back into the chamber. Now, after all the drama from last week, let's head back into chapter 2, Dobby's Warning, to see what's next. Now, Harry is still in a bit of trouble after the pudding incident, and he's also just received a letter from the Ministry telling him he's now in trouble because magic has been used in front of Muggles. And Uncle Vernon sees this as an opportunity to let Harry know that he is going to get expelled, but Harry is having none of it, so he has gone back upstairs, and now he is going to stay there for the rest of summer. They pretty much locked him in his room and barred all of the windows, and I can see our next recipe coming up. The cat flap rattles and Aunt Petunia's hand appeared, pushing a bowl of tin soup into the room. Oh well, at least you've got some comfort food, Harry. If you want to recreate this Wizarding World inspired soup, then all the ingredients and instructions are up on my website, bradleybakes.co.uk. The link is down below in the description. Soup has got to be one of the best comfort foods, so even though Harry is locked upstairs in his room, I thought we'd make him a super tasty supper so that he feels a little more comfortable. This is going to be a Wizarding World inspired soup, so we're going to infuse it with lots of flavours that feature in the book. The main ingredient is going to be our pumpkin, but we're also going to partner that up with some butternut squash and some carrots to complement and give it that nice orange flavour. And then we're also going to round that off with some red peppers as well as loads of different spices just to add additional elements to our soup. The first step is to prepare all of our vegetables. Start with the vegetables that you're going to use for your base. That's the onions, carrots and celery. Peel the onions and dice them up. Peel the carrots and dice those. And then discard the ends of your celery and dice that up too. For the pumpkin, peel off the skin until you can see the orange insides, and then use a serrated knife to chop it up. Then you want to dice it into equal sized pieces. It's the same process for the butternut squash, so peel the skin, use a serrated knife to slice it, and then chop into chunks. And finally, for the red pepper, chop off either end, core out the middle, and then slice it up. So that is all of our veg prep done, and as you can see, there is quite a lot of it, but don't panic, it is going to reduce down as we cook it all, and it's a great way to get your 5 a day. If you do happen to cook too much, then you can portion it up and pop it into the freezer, and then you have homemade soup waiting for you whenever you need it. Okay, to start off with, we are going to cook out our base, and this is known as a mirepoix, which is French for the simple 3 ingredients: onions, carrots, and celery, and it is the base for loads and loads of soups and sauces. So easy to master, and then you've got a handy, tasty trick up your hand. Place a saucepan on a medium heat and then melt a knob of butter. Add in your onions, carrots and celery and mix through. You can season this with some salt and pepper and then allow that to cook until the vegetables have sweated. And it's as easy as that. So that is our base ready, and I think you'll agree mirepoix sounds a bit like a good spell for adding some nice flavour to your dish. Mirepoix. Now, because we want these to cook nice and evenly, I've actually split out half of my base into a separate pan, and then we're going to split the rest of the ingredients too, and that way there's going to be enough room for it all to infuse those good veggie flavours. So the next step is to add in the rest of our vegetables along with our seasoning and our stock, and then we need to leave it to simmer. Add in your pumpkin, butternut squash and peppers, and then stir through. Season the vegetables with mixed herbs, ground coriander, ground cumin, paprika, and turmeric. Stir it through until well combined. You then want to add in your stock cube for some extra veggie flavour, along with your hot water. Cover and leave to simmer as it cooks for half an hour. As an optional extra while the soup is simmering away, you can also prepare your pumpkin seeds, which we're going to use as a topping on our soup. And this is a great healthy alternative to croutons. Super simple to make as well. All we're going to do is roast them in the oven with some oil and some seasoning. Drizzle some olive oil into a pan. Add your pumpkin seeds in and toss through. Then season with some salt, pepper, and ginger for an added kick. Give them one final toss through and then they're good to go. And it's as easy as that. So these are going to go into the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for about 15 to 20 minutes until they are lovely golden and roasted. After half an hour to 45 minutes, all of your vegetables should be nice and soft, and the stock around it should be lovely and vibrant and packed full of flavour. Now, in the book, it does say that there are soggy vegetables in Harry's soup, but I prefer a smooth soup, so I'm going to blend mine up, but you can serve it just as it is if you don't mind the texture. I'm going to transfer it into a big bowl that's got lots of space, and then use a hand blender to smooth it out. Carefully transfer your vegetables into your bowl and then pour over the stock. You then want to use a hand blender to smooth it to your desired consistency. If it's too thick for you, you can add some more vegetable stock in at this point. Now the soup is good enough to serve just as it is, but I've got a few extra tricks for you to take it to the next level. The first is to add in a knob of butter, and this is just going to help you get a smooth, velvety texture to your soup. Then make sure you do taste it one final time and add any extra salt and pepper you need to bring out those flavours. Add in your knob of butter and stir through until melted. All that's left to do is serve and add a few extra garnishes on top. I've got some cream, some coriander, and of course, our roasted pumpkin seeds. Carefully ladle your soup into a bowl and then sprinkle over your pumpkin seeds. Drizzle the cream on in a lightning bolt and then finish with a sprig of coriander. So there you have it. Our Wizarding World inspired pumpkin soup is complete. It smells incredible and I cannot wait to tuck in. If you're going to try it out, let me know down in the comments how it turns out. That is all for this week's episode, but if you don't want to miss a thing from my Harry Potter kitchen, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click on the notification bell, and you'll get an alert every Magic Monday when there's a brand new recipe. It's time for my tea, but I'll see you next week. Oh yeah, Harry's going to want to stay in his room a lot longer.